Karyn Bryant for MMA H.E.A.T. I'm here with smooth Benson Henderson. He, of course, is a UFC Lightweight Champ. And Ben, you got a fight coming up against Frankie Edgar. The last time I saw you, we weren't sure on the date, and you wanted it sooner than later. Yeah. Frankie was kind of maybe trying to push it back. So how are you feeling about August 10th?
I like it. I like it a lot. The sooner we can get it done, the sooner we can kind of get past it. Not that I'm overlooking it, not that I'm looking past Frankie at all. He's tougher in rematches than he is in the first fights. We all know that. Has a great heart. He was a great champ. So I'm not looking past him, but excited to have the rematch, get it done, and then look forward to different challenges, new challengers, new challenges, everything.
Yeah, let's talk about the rematch. You were very cool with offering it up right away, and that's because he has done that to others?
Yeah. Definitely. Frankie was in a really tough spot. He had to give 2 immediate rematches. One was a close decision over, arguably, in my opinion, the greatest lightweight fight of all time, BJ Penn, and then over Gray Maynard because it was a draw. But still being placed in that position, he was a great champ, showed what kind of heart he had. He said, sure, let's run it back. Let's do it again immediately, no problem. If the guy immediately before you does that, I can't say no. If they ask me for an immediate rematch, I can't be like, no, he doesn't really deserve it. That's okay. So I wanted to do the same thing that he did. I wanted to stand up, be a good guy, and like what he said earlier, you know, like what's right is right. You want an immediate rematch? If that's the right thing to do, I want to do the right thing.
Do you think the fight was close? Your first fight?
You know, I'm a little bit biased. I am a little bit biased, but I didn't feel that it was all that close. And that being said, you know, you want to run it back. I know you're gonna bring your A game. I know you're gonna be better and tougher than the first fight, but let's run it back. No problem.
So what do you think it is that gives you the advantage in the fight, though, against him? Why do you think your skill set has given you the edge?
I just think that I was able to implement my boxing. I think Frankie's known as a great boxer. He is a great boxer. He has, you know, really good hands for MMA, boxing-wise. He was so hyped about his boxing being better than mine going into the fight. I think I was able to surprise him a little bit, and I did a little damage to his eye in the first round. His eye started swelling up off my jab. I think that probably threw him off a little bit, kind of surprised him. And affected him for the rest of the fight. So I think that, to me, was the biggest tell in the story.
If you could play manager a little bit, people have been talking about Frankie, maybe he should go down to 145. How do you feel? I mean, you're a very physically imposing guy when you're in the cage. Do you feel that would be a good idea for him?
I feel for everybody who's saying Frankie should be dropping down to 45, they weren't saying that, what, 6 months ago when he was the champ at 55, when he was defeating BJ Penn twice, when he was knocking out Gray Maynard, putting, you know, first time Gray's ever been finished. So when that was being said, when Frankie was doing that, no one was all saying anything about him being too small or, oh, he should jump on the 45. They weren't saying that then. After one loss, everyone turns, oh, he's too small. He's way too small. He should go 45. He was on the pound for pound, the top 10 list, a lot of people's top 10 list, pound for pound. That being said, one loss, even, you know, you say it is a close decision. Say it's not a close decision. What is the case? After one loss, oh, the world turned on him. So I kind of feel bad for him. But that being said, I'm sure he would be successful at 45 or at 55 also. Like whatever weight class he decides to be at after this, I'm sure he'll have great success.
What did you make of Clay and Gray's fight?
That was an interesting fight. I enjoyed Clay's style. I did like it. What it shows is improvement. It shows him trying to do new and different things. He wasn't very polished at it. Like, you could tell he was trying different things and he wasn't as polished at it. But imagine 2 fights from now, 3 fights from now, when he continues in that style, he'll be much more polished. He'll be better. He showed improvement as a fighter. He was trying to get better. I use the example of your favorite rock band or your favorite artist, whoever it is. Their second or third album, they try and do something different. They try and, you know, mix things up, and everyone hates that album. But it's showing them improving as an artist. We're mixed martial artists, so I want to get better. I want to be a better fighter. Sometimes doing that, you have growing pains. Sometimes it doesn't look that good. Sometimes it doesn't turn out that well. Well, hey, maybe I should go back, or hey, I need to work more on it. So I love the growth of Clay Guida.
That's a great, thoughtful answer. Nobody's ever said that yet. That was, you know, you're good. So I want to move on to the commentating. We were talking about this off camera. You and I work together over on Fuel. Is that something you like? Is that something you want to continue doing?
I would definitely love to continue commentating later on in my career. Even now, I do enjoy it. I like it. It's pretty fun. I'm not getting punched in the face, so it's always a plus. Doing something where I'm not getting punched in the face, I enjoy that. It's weird, like we were talking about earlier. It's weird getting used to it. Kind of got to get into that vibe, get into that feel for it. But I really do enjoy it. I like it. Breaking it down in fights, analyzing it, discussing like, oh, this is why it happened, this is why that happened, giving a fighter's perspective. I do enjoy it.
Well, and what I think is great about having you guys with us is that, you know, every day there's somebody that's never seen MMA before, and so when somebody with that your insight can break it down and explain why he's doing this, why they're not doing that, that to me is what you guys bring. That's such gold.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely just try and do that as much as possible to give that fighter insight.
So how do you feel about fan expos? I'm imagining you get pretty mobbed.
The fan expos are awesome, to be honest. They're awesome. I love coming to these things. The fans are so great to us. I mean, when was the last time you hand wrote a letter? Like, no one hand writes letters nowadays. It's all email or text or status updates or tweets or everything. To have guys, I have a box full of fan mail. To have fans hand write a letter to me just for the sake of saying, hey, you're awesome, we appreciate what you do, that's great. That's awesome. That means the world to me. So to be able to just come here and meet them, shake their hands, say, hey, I appreciate you appreciating me. Thank you very much for being fans. MMA fans are some of the best in the world, so it's nice to be able to come back or come to these fan expos and just shake their hands, meet them, take some pictures, make them happy and that sort of stuff.
Is there one question you get over and over, though, either a good question or a bad question?
That's a good one. I don't think there's one question that I always get. Maybe like 5 or 6 pretty standard questions. Yeah.
Well, because we laugh when the fighters get the question like, dude, why'd you lose that fight?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. The reason why I lost the fight because I didn't see the kick coming off the cage. Who would have expected that?
All right, I want to ask one last question about the fighting. The fight is going to be in Denver, Colorado, obviously a high altitude. So I'm not sure the altitude in Arizona, but what are you going to do in preparation for that?
To prepare for that fight, the altitude, we're going to Flagstaff, Arizona. It's actually a couple thousand feet higher than Denver. We're going to do the last 2 weeks of training camp in Flagstaff, and we'll do 1 week in Denver, the last week of the fight. So they say the very minimum you can do is 2 weeks, and you need more time than that to be fully acclimated. 4 weeks is the best. That's kind of a long time logistically for us. So we're going to settle right at 3 weeks to get adjusted to that altitude.
All right, well, I can't hardly wait. That's going to be a terrific fight, Benson. Thanks for talking with us today, and good luck.
Thank you, Karyn. Appreciate it. What's up, guys? It's Smooth Benson Henderson. I'm the UFC Lightweight Champ right now. You're watching MMA Heat.